Today's AskReddit post. What's something that everyone should know about sex before they reach the age of 18? Oh boy, this is gonna be a good one. Let's get started. Guys, at some point even when you're young, your dick just won't work when you want it to. Whether because of alcohol, anxiety, circumstances, whatever. Accept it. Explain to your partner the reason why you think it's happened, and move on. A good partner will understand completely and help you through it. If that partner doesn't understand or belittles your manhood because if it find a different partner. To add to this, besides occasional ED being normal, it doesn't have to end sexy time. Often, continuing with foreplay can be enough to get you back in business. Just give your little partner a short break. Sometimes, he just needs a breather. Yes. Plus, given that your fingers are probably going to do a much better job of getting a female partner off than your cock, you may well come out ahead. Precisely. Keep going. There are many different types of sex. That having sex for the first time doesn't have to be some goal you try to achieve before high school ends or on some kind of deadline. I'm a 27-year-old virgin. Am I doing this right? Do you have a dick? We can talk. Yes I do. Remember to put the balls in. Porn is not an instructional video. How else will I learn how to deal with lemon stealing whores? Or when your in-laws get stuck in a washing machine? Or worse, when they are stuck under the bed in a hostel? Why does this always seem to happen to people? P. How to use condoms. It matters more who you're having sex with than just if you're having it. Yes, and your goal should be to make your partner feel good. That should in turn make you feel great as well. The person you're having sex with may be in love with you. Act accordingly. On that note, don't mislead people just to get some. If not for their feelings, then do the right thing so you don't risk your own reputation. 1. Use a condom. 2. Communication is the key to getting better. 3. When 2 or more guys, make sure you know whose penis opens up to accept the other's penis before you get down to business. 4. Never go from anal to the vagina. 5. Have tissues next to the bed. 6. No is a full sentence. Feel free to say it and accept it. Number 3 is particularly important. Number 6 is of the utmost importance. A lesson for far too many learned the hard way. Learn how to say no. Don't be silly. Wrap your willy. I read this out loud, and because it's late and I am tired yet can't sleep, I said it as don't be silly. Wrap your willy. Fap your willy is this. You don't have to have sex. You don't have to want to have sex. You're not leading the other person on for going on a date and not wanting to have sex at the end. This applies to both men and women. I'm a guy. Until my mid-20s I thought I was supposed to sleep with every girl that wanted to. Thinking that sex is obligatory kind of ruined it for me for a while. I guess when you're young a lot of what you do is based off of what you think is normal. Of all the things I did to just be normal, that's the one that I'd say is the least advisable. But what are the other things you did to be normal? Drinking, fighting, drugs, car hopping, being a general piece of shit. Consent. Protection. Stay off the porn. Trim and file your nails beforehand. Communication. Big yes on the trimming your nails. So not the consent part. Trimming your nails is more important. No, don't touch me. It's okay, I trimmed my nails. Sex is something you do with someone, not something you do to someone. This comment should be higher up. There is a standard high five afterwards. If you don't do it, you'll look foolish and your partner will think you're inexperienced. Excellent advice. Making a noise like a dolphin is highly recommended during intercourse as well. Guaranteed to get women hot. I'm getting hot just thinking about it. Everybody, for the most part, there are some exceptions, gets horny and wants to have and enjoy sex. It is not something that boys need to trick girls into or take from them or trade for, and vice versa. Treat people like human beings with their own lives. wants and needs, and if you find someone you have a good connection with, focus on making it special for both of you. Building each other up. Enjoying the present you both are in rather than stressing about the future, and figure out what you can do to add to that person's life, not take from it. Also, if that person isn't doing that for you, ask yourself if it is something that is actually good for you. That is more about relationships in general tbh, but the framework applies to sex. Thank you. It is one of the most annoying and depressing things I had to put up with as a woman who enjoys sex, that I was constantly on the receiving end of guys who were trying to trick me into sex even though I was already there, ready and enthusiastic about having sex. Like, dude, you don't need to buy me a Long Island iced tea. I was already down to have sex with you and now you're making me feel really icky. Bonus points for if they act like they won when you give in. Like, yes, hello, I'm here to have sex too. You didn't flummox my female brain with your man tricks. I'm here because I wanted to be, but now I don't really want to be anymore. You said that perfectly. 10/10. Make sure you use enough lube. Not everyone self-lubricants the same way, so making sure things aren't dry can help avoid soreness later. Also be aware of the type of lube. Oil-based lube will eat condoms. Water-based lube does not. Good call. 99% of what you see in porn doesn't happen in real life, so talk to your partner before you try new things, unless you're brave enough or get a job working in it. Consent is sexy. There's 3 holes. The duck hole, the asshole and the pee hole. Don't put it in the pee hole. Where's the peep hole at so I know where to avoid? It's a secret tunnel. That babies are generally unplanned and can always happen. So make sure the person you are with is someone you can tolerate and work with for 18 years and possibly more. If not, then you gotta take care of the kid. Deal with her psychological issues of only having one parent. You gotta work daily to support your kid, meaning your dreams, goals, and activities come last, and you'll be broke a lot of the time. I'm a lesbian. Checkmate bro. That's cheating. You can't get pregnant by touching belly buttons. Stop spreading lies. I know, I was shocked too, but apparently that's not how babies are made. We may never know the true purpose of the belly button. Respect yourself and whomever you're with. Both should equally enjoy it and have fun. Before intercourse you must stick your chest out and belch out your mating call. It's somewhere between a scream and a gargling sound. Very important, and I am surprised how few people know this before their first time. I mean, it always gets a positive response when I do it. Either laughter or some good sarcastic commentary. It's not like in the videos. You mean my stepsister won't suck my cock under the glass table during dinner and nobody notices until the cum shot? Damn. Or that time my stepdad fucks my sister on the table while mom did the dishes? It's all good if your first time isn't amazing. You will likely find sex getting better and more pleasurable the more you do it. I was going to say this, too. Been with my now husband 14 years and it keeps getting better. Also, yoga does make you more flexible and makes it feel better, at least for him. I don't think it made a difference for me. It is okay to not like having sex. You are not any less valid for not liking it. If she's about to come, don't change your rhythm. You're doing it right, man. Just keep going. Just to go off on this. Do people usually announce to each other when they're going to come? In my experience, if I'm close and think someone is going to change tactics, I'll announce that I'm close. If I'm with a man who hasn't been my sexual partner for long, I do appreciate if they announce it, especially when I'm giving them head. If I've been with them long enough, I can tell anyway. It's about both of you, not just one person getting off. You can say no and stop at any time before or during. You never owe or are obligated to have sex with anyone. Sex is not synonymous with love. Don't get the two confused. This needs more upvotes. Mankind has been historically deficient at telling the difference. Going on birth control does not mean you're a slut. Never feel bad about going on birth control, no matter the reason. This X10,000. Even if you're on birth control to prevent pregnancy, know that it's the right choice for you and your future. Better stay vanilla and explore kinks later, when you actually have a partner to do those with. I'm 21, virgin, and I regret my decision to explore kinks early. Ladies pee after you have sex. It took me numerous UTIs before someone told me, thanks Texas sex ed. Honestly, this is just kind of American sex ed in general. Thanks to too many religious people. Nothing wrong with your praying to gods, but when you start to think sex outside of marriage is worse than terrorism. True story. You got something wrong in your head. Confounded face. That 10 years experience at age 18 is not a good thing. Hol up. The fact that the lady is on the pill shouldn't keep the gentleman to use a condom. Life isn't the only notable STD. Also, it's never a good idea to rely on birth control alone, especially oral, because it's so fickle. This is going to get buried, but it's worth mentioning. You should obviously always use a condom, but if you are raw dogging it because she's on birth control, make sure you as a female know how other meds interact with your BC. The one girl in my high school got pregnant because she got sick and was on antibiotics. The antibiotics counteracted her birth control. It's important to talk to your doctor how other drugs might interact with your birth control. This might not be 100% what the post was about, but I feel like it's important information. Yes, one girl at my school had the same thing. Ask your doctor, girls. Babies, babies, babies. Be smart. Do not make babies. I wanna have kittens. I grant you permission. If someone is stuck in the washer, do not duck them. Even if it's your stepsister, this is an exception. Pulling out is not in any way an effective strategy. Is a 3-point turn better? Communication is the key to a mutually enjoyable experience. 1. Listen to your partner's cues to know what works, and most importantly, doesn't work. 2. Safe sex is key. 3. Only use zebra suits that have open closed dick holes with buttons or soft velcro, not metal zippers. I wonder the pain of the guy who realized that metal zippers are not good. He was black and white and red all over. If it ain't moist, it's not going in. The cucumber is not allowed in the building. Actually wear a condom or insist your partner does until you know them well. I've seen a lot of bad shit from people who got into the habit of going or whatever one too many times. STDs suck, and so does having to call our old partners and tell them in case they have it too. Pregnancy with people you don't want to see again, and abortions already hard to go through too. If you don't find them comfortable, buy the extra large ones, and by all means have fun. Consent is non-negotiable. I agree with the sentiment, but not the exact phrasing. Consent is negotiable, in that it's not an all or nothing blanket statement. It doesn't need to be just yes or no, although those are both valid answers. That said, it's not a trade deal. You don't get to say, I did this, so you should do this. Example, I'm okay with giving you oral, but only if I can be on top while I do it. The person speaking is giving consent under specific conditions, and it's up to the other person now to either accept those conditions, offer or ask for, not demand different conditions, or say no and pass on the whole thing. 1. Obviously, enthusiastic and explicit consent is a must, and sex is an absolute no-go without it. No questions asked. 2. Listen to your partner, and more importantly, encourage them to tell you what feels good and what they want. Also, tell your partner what you want and what feels good. 3. Expect weird noises and, occasionally, smells. You might make a mess. Learn to expect these things. If you're a man, I assume you're masturbating. Try not to beat your meat to completion as quickly as possible. It's not a race. Enjoy the pleasure you get prior to climaxing. It'll help you last more than 2 pumps when you're having sex later on. Also protection and consent and all the other stuff people are saying. If I gotta be up in 5 hours and can't sleep, I'm cranking that out as fast as possible. You don't have to do this every time, but you also shouldn't crank one as fast as possible every time either. Pulling out is not a viable option for not using a condom. Semen can come out before you climax and that can get her pregnant too. If you don't have protection, do other stuff that doesn't need penetration. Bro, you actually watched the whole video. I'd give you a high five if I was a human. Make sure to click the like button and subscribe for more great content. See you next time.